Recent patterns in the cryptocurrency market suggest that capital rotation may be beginning again. Analysts have noticed increased activity across several altcoin sectors, with projects like Hedera, HBAR, Polkadot, and Litecoin LTC drawing renewed attention. This comes as Bitcoin prices stabilize, which has sparked discussions about whether altcoins could see a new wave of growth. A recent technical chart comparing Bitcoin's dominance against the total altcoin market capitalization has suggested that a multi-year downtrend may be nearing a turning point. This kind of setup has been seen before in past bull markets, but it's not a guarantee that history will repeat itself. Hedera has remained in the spotlight due to its enterprise-focused blockchain infrastructure and fast transaction speeds. The project has been actively expanding its partnerships in areas like data verification and payment services, which has made it a point of interest for investors looking for real-world blockchain applications. This infrastructure development is often a precursor to broader market adoption and could signal a shift in capital toward more utility-driven projects. Litecoin, one of the oldest cryptocurrencies, is also returning to the spotlight. Recent price movements suggest that traders are once again considering LTC as a viable option, possibly due to its established network and historical performance. Litecoin's return to trader discussions could indicate a broader trend of investors revisiting well-known. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Projects with strong fundamentals and proven track records. Polkadot has also seen increased activity, particularly in terms of ecosystem development. The platform's focus on interoperability and cross-chain communication has attracted developers and investors who are interested in building scalable blockchain solutions. As more projects build on Polkadot's infrastructure, it could lead to increased demand for DOT, especially if those projects gain traction. Stellar XLM is another project that has regained visibility. The platform's focus on cross-border payments and financial inclusion has made it an attractive option for investors who are looking for projects with real-world applications. Stellar's recent activity suggests that investors are once again considering it as a potential candidate. For growth, particularly in emerging markets where blockchain can provide financial services to the unbanked. The broader financial markets are also showing signs of improvement, which could contribute to increased interest in riskier assets like cryptocurrencies. As macroeconomic conditions stabilize, investors may be more willing to allocate capital to alternative assets, including altcoins. This shift in capital allocation could be a key driver of the next phase of crypto market growth. However, it's important to note that past market behavior does not always predict the future. While the current setup is similar to previous bull market cycles, there are still many uncertainties in the market. Factors like regulatory developments, macroeconomic shifts, and global geopolitical events could all impact the trajectory of the crypto market. Investors are currently watching for signs that capital rotation is accelerating. One key signal to look for is increased trading volume and on-chain activity across altcoins. If more capital begins to flow into altcoins, it could be a sign that the market is preparing for a new phase of growth. Another important signal is whether more institutional investors begin to allocate capital to altcoins, which could signal broader market confidence. The next signal to watch for is whether the altcoin market capitalization continues to outperform Bitcoin's dominance. If the trend continues and altcoins begin to see stronger price. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Movements, it could indicate that capital rotation is gaining momentum. Investors should also pay attention to on-chain metrics like transaction volume, active addresses, and network usage, which can provide insight into whether altcoins are seeing real-world adoption. In summary, the current market environment suggests that capital rotation may be beginning again. Projects like Hedera, Polkadot, and Litecoin are attracting renewed interest due to their infrastructure development and ecosystem growth. As Bitcoin stabilizes and macroeconomic conditions improve, investors may begin to shift capital toward altcoins that offer real-world applications and strong fundamentals. However, it's important to remain cautious and watch for key signals that could indicate whether this trend is gaining momentum.